Do you think that all the passengers on the plane give a shit what the ethnic background of the pilot is? No, they want to make sure that fucking pilot knows what he's doing.
Your information and my information has already been stolen because someone hacked a social security network. 2.9 billion personal records stolen. You ever watch like the videos of like the scammers getting scammed? Like, hi, is your name Abdul? And it's like, no, my name is Jerry. And it's like, no, your name is Abdul and you live at blah, 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 blah. And you see the people like,
send him a picture of his house, or they send him like his coordinates. That's hilarious. Nowadays, the cartoons and the movies that are coming out are pushing all of this woke bullshit. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Burn Down Podcast, your favorite cigar show on the planet. And if it's not, I don't really know what you're doing, okay? I'm Justin, a.k.a. Dapper Cigar. This is Eric, a.k.a. Buzz Cigar.
How you doing?
If you're new to this channel, hit the like button and subscribe button, blah, 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 blah. You know the drill.
You know what's one thing?
Topics.
We're gonna rattle off some things. One thing I wanted to talk about. One thing I really, really chaps my ass.
Really grind your gears.
You know what? That your information and my information has already been stolen because someone hacked a social security network.
Oh, yeah.
Like 2.9 billion personal records stolen. How the fuck is that?
I heard it. You think it's real?
I don't know.
I don't know. I can't trust anything that I fucking read. Can't trust it.
But then they said they want to create an infrastructure where everything is online, but it's like, well, you couldn't protect anything that was online in the first place.
What do they mean they want to create? It's already there. Everything is already online.
Yeah, it's like, what do you mean? What's going to be more secure? You couldn't even do it right the first time.
Yeah, I don't.
But you ever get like those? Random like emails, or it's like your information has been involved in a lawsuit. You can file a claim to collect money. I actually did it once, and I got like $18.
Yeah, so they came out with this thing, right? Everybody's information's been stolen. Okay, like what does that mean? Like, what are they gonna? What am I supposed to do now? Because all of your information's already on the fucking web anyway.
Hackers have reportedly released more than 2.9 billion personal records stolen from data broker National Public Data in early April, potentially compromising the social security information of every single American citizen. That's great. First reporting by LA Times, an unknown member of the hacking group US DOD uploaded documents containing full names, addresses, date of births, social security numbers, and phone numbers, jeopardizing information of untold millions of people in the US, UK, and Canada.
So does it say apparently or no?
No, it says hackers have reported.
That they stole. Okay, and the US DOD is Department of Defense.
Yeah.
So they're saying that some hacker, the Department of Defense had uploaded a bunch of social security numbers pretty much for the entire country, and some hackers got it, and they said that they released it.
Yeah.
And when was this? This was a couple weeks ago?
No, this was a few days ago. This was about a week ago, 6 days ago.
Yeah,
But it's like...
But what is that? Okay, so what does that mean? Because I get it all the time. People say, all right, you can get your information, but okay, like...
Well, I said, well, shit, I'm in a lot of debt. Hopefully they can just wipe away my debt and I can start over. That'd be great. Just take my information. I'll start over.
You know, it's like, what does that mean?
Pay my mortgage.
But what can you do with a social security number?
Open up credit cards, open up accounts. You can that's what's needed for a mortgage, a loan, credit cards, get in a car.
So they can open up a bunch of shit. Now, how would I know? How would you know if somebody opened up something in your name?
Come up in your credit report.
Yeah, but when's the last time you just did a credit report? Like, do you just do it every single week to check that somebody's...
Well, no, I have Credit Karma. I just have the app, and like if anything ever pops up, it would just say, "Oh, new hard inquiry or new soft inquiry, or your credit went up, your credit went down. You're available for these credit cards based on your credit score."
Yeah, but it does that freaking every week anyway. If you spend $1,000 on your credit card, it goes, "Your credit score went down 2 points," and then you pay it off. Your credit score went up 2 points. It's like,
yeah.
So what would make it any different than anything else? Like, how would you know if it's like, okay, you have the Credit Karma and it's because your credit score can just fucking change randomly for some whatever stupid fucking reason. like somebody wants to do a background check on you at work, and all of a sudden it's like your credit score changed. So like you get this thing on Credit Karma that says, oh, your credit score went down 2 points, or you had an inquiry. How do you know that that's not one of your existing one of your existing credit cards or credit accounts inquiring to potentially give you a credit increase? How do you know it's not somebody else doing that? And how would you know that it's not just a random like 2 points down because you used your credit card?
Well, I would assume you know what accounts are yours.
No, I know, but you get the information like from your Credit Karma. You said, okay, bing, you get a notification.
Yeah.
Right?
But it tells you in the app, like, so-and-so bank did a hard inquiry on September 10th.
So you get and so now you just have to monitor it every single week to make sure that nobody opens an account?
I don't monitor it. I mean, it would just pop up, but I would know if I'm getting the credits, like if I'm getting a new loan or if I'm opening up something, I know it's going to hit my credit. And then like a week or so later, I'll say, oh, you have a hard inquiry.
So now what do you do if you if it says Bing and you didn't open a credit card, you didn't ask for inquiry, and it goes Bing? What do you do?
I call the company that I guess that's doing it and saying this isn't me.
And then what do they do? They said, well, they had your social security number.
Well, I would say it's not me. You have to close it. I mean, people get hacked every single fucking day.
I know, so that's why.
Shit.
And it's like,
I mean, fucking, my wife had to went through like 3 different debit cards and within like the last year because like her debit card just keeps getting freaking.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like it's it's with the amount of information on the internet, people just. I mean, they can get your shit no matter what. They can get it. Like people can fucking.
No, I'm not really worried about it.
I'm not worried either.
If you really want to get it, go after it. And it's not like I really got much, but have at it.
I just find it's like some of those things. I'm always hesitant to believe some of the shit that comes out because they can say, "Oh, reportedly, 3 billion people Social Security." I'm like, okay, well, reportedly, is it true? Is it not true? What is?
I like when they do like statistics, like 90% of people think this, and it's like based out of 1,000 people. And it's like, okay.
The biggest one is when they say most Americans or most people think this way, and then you go into it, and it's like 51 out of 100 people say this. It goes, so that's pretty much half and half. So there's really no study. 51 versus 49. If you take another 100, it'll be 49 versus 51. But because it's more than half, they go most people.
It's like, no, it's not. Shut the hell up.
No, I'm not worried. Also, I'm not worried because my fucking passwords are tight.
Yeah.
Good luck. Okay.
Good luck.
Those passwords. Fucking...
Do you have all your passwords like in notes in a locked folder?
No, I have them written on a piece of paper. They're not on the computer anywhere.
Oh God.
They are old school, so they're not saved anywhere. They are written down on a piece of paper. They're here. That's where they are. You can't get them. They're up here and they're on a piece of paper. They're not in the computer.
Ridiculous. That's ridiculous. No, I have them all on my notes and it's locked. That's basically all I have it.
Get them off your phone. Write them down, man. Keep them in a little piece of paper in your wallet. I have them on a loose leaf piece of paper, and every time I change it, I cross out, I write the new one, and I write the date when I changed it.
That's sick.
Got him.
That is sick.
I got him. But now a lot of things now is with the Face ID. So if you have dual protection where it has to use your face, and you have like whatever it is, the what do they call it? 2-factor authentication.
Authenticity. Yeah.
You just use that, and then nobody can get in, even if they have the password.
Yep.
They don't have your face. They don't have like your phone number, because a lot of times it says, somebody requested, here's the digit. I'm like, well, I didn't request that, so I just delete it. I don't send it. So
I ever watch like the videos of like the scammers getting scammed? Like the guys from like India will call.
Yeah.
And those are so satisfying.
I find that hilarious.
Oh my God. And he's like, hi, is your name Abdul? And it's like, no, my name is Jerry. And it's like, no, your name is Abdul and you live at blah 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 blah. And you see the people like,
I've seen the one where they
start freaking out.
Yeah, they send him a picture of his house, or they send him like his coordinates. That's hilarious.
Or I just saw one today. It was a girl. She wasn't a hacker. She was just playing along, like being an old lady, and she was like, "You want me to redeem the card? Okay, I'll redeem the card." And the guy's like, "No, let me redeem it. What are you doing? No." He's like, "Are you stupid? Let me redeem it." And she's just like, "I'm so confused." She's like, "No, you're wasting my time." I'm like, these fucking people are ridiculous.
What else you got?
I do it sometimes too, though. When like I get like calls, if like I'm in the car, if I have some time to kill, I'll just let it rock. I'll just let them deal with it. Like, "Oh, your warranty's up," and I'm like, "Oh, great, which car? Oh, you tell me which car. Oh, you mean my '04 Nissan Maxima? Yes. How many miles?" And I'm like,
and you don't have one, yeah. You make shit up.
160,000. I'm like, I got some 6 free-roll rims on it. You know, I just started saying like random stuff about the car.
Yeah. Love that.
Right.
What else you got? We're doing on trending topics, man.
Let's see here.
I thought I had something else too that I can't remember.
Harley Davidson axes the DEI operations, the diversity, equity, and exclusion
that.
Harley Davidson said, "Peace out" to the DEI.
Well, that's
DEI.
I thought you okay. So Harley Davidson said no more with
axes it.
There's a lot of companies that are doing that now. So if people don't know, if you're not aware, the DEI is Diversity, Equality, and Inclusion Act, right? Which basically is an act to put in that companies can abide by, where they're basically saying we're not gonna be racist, which companies aren't. Like, you shouldn't be racist. I get that, but they're saying that diversify, equality, inclusion. So they're trying to include everybody and diversify their organizations and include as many different cultures and races as they can into their companies. But I believe that they're forcing it instead of saying, which, listen, I'm all for the, including an equal opportunity for everybody. Like, everybody should get, you should get an equal opportunity to make something of yourself. That's what America's about, right? Everybody's got an opportunity to make something. I mean, you might start in different positions and you might come from different backgrounds, but everybody's got an opportunity to make something of your life. You can't control where you're born, but you certainly can control where you die, right? And I'm all for that. But when it comes to a company, I don't think that they should force it. I think that the best person for the job should get the job. Doesn't matter your background, right? If you qualify and you have the best qualifications, you should get the job. You shouldn't say, this person got the best qualifications, but because of the DEI, we need to bring this person in here, so we're going to give it to that person. No.
Yeah, no.
You should bring the best person that's qualified, regardless of who it is. That's the person that gets the job.
Here you go. This is July 17th, 2024. Microsoft fires DEI team. Let's see. Customer Engagement Insider.com. Big brands like Nike and Amazon are banning DEI.
There's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are just jumping ship, which is great, because you see a little turn, a little shift here.
Yeah, even some. I mean, it says this is December 22 of 23. Google, Meta, and other tech giants cut DEI programs in 2023.
So let's. So I think the DEI
wild.
is basically, like, they're forcing it, right? It's like forced inclusion.
Yeah, let's see.
Right?
Yeah.
Is that what that? I'm just Googling it really quick, but I think it's
DEI.
Yeah, by authority vested. Okay. Oh, this is from Executive Order on Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and Accessibility.
Who started DEI?
Oh, it's from the White House. By authority vested in me, president by Constitution, blah 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 blah. Person has signed Executive Order, Advanced Racial Equity and Support for Understanding. Okay, blah 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 blah. Must be a model for where all employees are treated with dignity according to the federal government, strengthen its ability. Must strengthen its ability to recruit, hire, develop, promote, and retain our nation's talent and remove barriers to equal opportunity. It must also provide resources and opportunities to strengthen and advance diversity, equity, inclusion, accessibility. Should have a workforce that reflects the diversity of the American people. So they're saying the federal government should have a workforce that reflects the diversity of the American people. A growing body of evidence demonstrates that diverse, equitable, inclusive, and accessible workplaces yield higher performing organizations. So they're basically saying that. So, and then it goes into a little further and means practice of including the many communities, identities, races, ethnicities. Term equity means consistent, systematic, fair. Inclusion, accessibility. Okay, so that's like the whole act from the White House. Okay.
Yeah, can't do it. Can't do it.
Yeah, I think it's just the way that it's going about, the way that it's being implemented. It's like, if you were, let me ask you this: would you want to be hired based off the DEI Act, or would you want to be hired because you're the best person for the job?
No, because then I feel like I didn't really earn the job. I just earned the job based on my religion, my skin.
Exactly.
There's no qualifications.
Exactly. Like, you're just giving it to me as a handout because of this law, because you have to be a little bit more diversified.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I think you should give it to the person that is the most qualified for the job.
I agree.
Regardless of their ethnic background, regardless of their religion, regardless of any other their sexual orientation. If they're the best person for the job, they get the job. Like, what's his name? Rob Schneider had a joke about that, where he was saying that the CEO of, I think it was United Airlines, came out and said that the highest the priority for their hiring process is going to be diversification. And he said, let me repeat that. The CEO of the United Airlines said the priority of their hiring process will be diversification. And he goes, not the best pilots that you can find.
I've heard that before.
Because diversification. So you're going to be more concerned about getting a broader culture for our company, as opposed to getting the best pilots that money can buy.
Yes.
Right? Like, oh, you think that all the passengers on the plane give a shit what the ethnic background of the pilot is? No, they want to make sure that fucking pilot knows what he's doing, or her knows what they're doing, to get the plane landed safely. I don't give a fuck what their ethnic background is, okay?
No.
And that's where I think the DEI is wrong. No, you should not prioritize diversification. You should prioritize content of character and the qualifications of the candidate.
Capabilities.
That should be priority number one.
I think that's just common sense, though. You obviously want the most capable and best fit for the job. I don't care if you're green, blue, white, yellow, black.
Exactly.
You know, I don't care if you're Asian. I don't care if you're Korean. I don't care if you're Irish. I don't care if you're Italian. I just want to know, you know what the F you're doing.
Right. I want to make sure that you're the best person that we can find. Period.
But
that's common sense, you know, and that's where I think that this whole, like,
but we don't live
just
in a
remove common sense from the world. It's like,
we don't live in a common sense society. We don't. We live in a society that's worried about everyone else's feelings, making sure everyone else is included.
Yeah.
And, certain statures, certain qualifications, certain morals don't really matter. You know? You know what I'm saying there, guy?
No, I got you, man. I got you.
What else we got here? Anything else?
I don't know. What do we got? How far are we? We are...
Got like 20, we're almost 20 minutes.
We're 19 minutes in. What's the next? There was something else that I wanted to talk about, and I forgot. I got these guys for the pool. Here's a quick story. So they just walked by. So my pool, I told you about the whole heater situation with the pool, right?
Yeah.
Turns out there is, my pool guys came to clean the pool last Friday, and they go, there's a leak. I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, we turned the pool on. We came over there, and we see some water, like, bubbling up from under the ground. So we had to shut the filter off because we don't know where that is. I'm like, fuck. So I'm like, all right, well, yeah, I come back and fix it, because before I install the new heater, I got to have the filter running, because because right now my pool's green because the filter hasn't been running. So now the guys are here trying to dig it up, and I'm hoping that they find it and they can just fix the plumbing. I think that it's on the is it on the return? I think it might be on the return. He said that there's air in the filter, and it might be on the return. I don't know. It's somewhere close to the filter, and they said that it's like bubbling up, so they're going to dig around and try to fix it. But I'm like, son of a bitch. So now they got to fix that, get the filter running, then get the chemicals back up. So that the chemicals need to be perfect before I put the new heater in. So they got there.
It's always something, kid.
Yeah. Anyway, there was something else, and I can't remember what it was. It was like a trending thing that I saw.
While you think about this, I'll tell you this. I've been watching so many old school Disney movies and old school like Pixar movies.
Yes, dude. I love. Are you watching? Are you watching because you want to watch some older shit for your daughter and not some of this newer crap?
Of course.
Oh, please, let's get into this. Please, let's get into this, because I got something to say about this.
101 Dalmatians, Aladdin, Toy Story, Mulan.
The old school Disney movies before they started doing all this shit.
DEI stuff.
Okay, before they started doing some of this woke bullshit in these movies.
So we're watching, watching all the classics, bro. All the stuff we had on VHS, all the stuff we had on VHS and VHS and DVD. But as I'm watching some of these old movies, I'm like, I start picking up on some of like the adult humor in the movies that I never, and I'm like, damn, that is so fucking funny, man.
They put it in there on purpose for the adults that are watching it with their kids, because they know the kids aren't going to pick up on it because they don't know. And then the adults pick up on it. You're like, wow, that's pretty funny. Like Aladdin with Robin Williams and the genie. He says some shit that's fucking hysterical.
Oh, yeah.
And you don't know it as a kid. You just think he's rambling. But as an adult, you're like, wow, that's pretty funny.
There's a movie that I loved growing up as a kid, and it doesn't get enough recognition, and actually has horrible reviews according to Rotten Tomatoes or online. But
What is it?
Jungle to Jungle with Tim Allen.
Oh, man.
Bro, that movie is so funny. I mean, he says some fucking hilarious shit in that movie. So for the people who don't know, it's Tim Allen is like on Wall Street, so he's in the the concrete jungle of New York, and his wife leaves and lives in a village in Venezuela, and has to go divorce her, and he finds out that he has a son who's like a teenager.
I haven't seen that in so long, dude.
Bro, it's like a comfort movie. Like Mercer and I will put it on all the time. But he says some whole.
Tim Allen's great, though. Tim Allen's fantastic.
He's one of my favorite. He's one of my favorite actors.
I watch all the Santa Clauses.
Oh, the best.
All the Santa. But then they came out with the new one, which is.
I'm not really a fan of the show. The show is kind of.
I've watched the show. And it's kind of got a little bit of like the woke bullshit in it. Okay, like one thing I didn't like about the show that they did was when they had the bunch of kids and they put up the like the signs. They were trying to spell out Santa, and the kids misspelled it and spelled Satan. And then,
oh really?
Yeah, I don't know if you caught on that, but they misspelled it and they spelled out Satan. And then he goes, "Yeah, I think you got that wrong." And then they flipped it around. I'm like, for me, I go, why do you got to put that in there, right? Like if you're gonna have him misspell it, why don't you just have him spell it like Stan? Why do you have to make it spell Satan? Like make it spell something else. But in that, Tim Allen had a couple of like you could tell, because Tim Allen is very against that stuff. So when he did it and they started putting in some of that shit, you could tell that he was kind of going against it as well. About it.
But dude, like in Jungle to Jungle, I'll just say one thing. Like he says, like so they're in the city and he's talking to his son, and he's like, well, I want to go somewhere. He's like, just raise your hand. And the kid raises his hand, and a taxi comes, and he's like, oh wow, that's like magic. And Tim Allen's like, and it's like an Indian guy with like a turban on. And he's like, no, magic would be if he understood English. I'm like, dude, no way, he just said that.
Well, dude, like, have you ever watched Home Improvement and all that shit? It's just Tim Allen's fucking hysterical.
He's one of my favorite actors of all time. He's just the man, blue collar, hardworking guy. He got pinched a couple times for selling cocaine.
But see, it's funny because I was just talking to my wife about that, right? That when our son is born, I want to watch all of the older stuff that I watched growing up as a kid. Watch those cartoons, watch those movies, because they don't, nowadays, the cartoons and the movies that are coming out are pushing all of this woke bullshit into these kids. I'm like, you don't need, like, stop with the woke shit.
Just leave it alone.
And so we watch. My wife likes to watch SpongeBob a lot because it's like a relaxing thing. She watched it a lot growing up as a kid. So if she wants to take a nap, she'll put it on and just in the background. Yeah, and then just like naps with it. Okay,
that's sick.
And I watched SpongeBob growing up too. But if you go back and look at some of the original SpongeBob episodes versus the shit that's come out now, dude,
way different.
It's some of the shit that comes out now is like, what the I'm watching some of it, and I go, what the fuck are they do? Like, there'll be episodes where SpongeBob like rips his face off, pulls out his brain, eats it, and like throws it up, and you're like, what the fuck? This is a kids show. What the fuck is this?
Well, you know what's a really good
wild shit, and it's like it feels like somebody just like on acid and just tripping balls, like a bad acid trip. It's wild.
You make me laugh, bro. You make me laugh. But you know what's a really good movie? The Incredibles. Then I never seen it before. Incredibles 2. I didn't finish it. I still have like halfway to go. But I'm like, Incredibles 2 is so good. I gotta see what happens. Like all those Pixar, things. Those were solid. Toy Story is one of my favorite.
You know what I can't wait to show is The Sandlot.
Oh my God, bro! Angels in the Outfield.
I was just gonna fucking say it. That was the next movie I was gonna say.
That movie
Angels in the Outfield. He sets and sets and sets again.
Where's he going? You told him to go home.
Bro, what a fucking movie.
So for that movie, I didn't watch it a lot growing up, but I always knew it was a classic, and I always knew there was like quotable lines from it. So I just watched it again the other day with Marissa, and we were like, "This movie is so good."
It's
great. And I love the part where it's like at the end, and they're like kind of like questioning about seeing angels. And they're like, "Angels," and like that's weird, like that doesn't happen. And then the foster mom stands up, and she's like, "Well, when you guys hit a home run, you do the sign of the cross, or you look up in the sky, or whatever speech she says." And she goes, "Why don't you guys believe in angels?" And everyone's like, "Yeah, yeah." And at the end, in the baseball game, they all do the Angels wing. Oh my God, you kidding me, bro?
Sick.
Gives me chills right now.
Such a great movie. I saw that on the airplane coming home from somewhere. And actually I didn't realize that the guy, when he does he sets and sets and sets again, right? And he's like, he does like the four looks.
There's a lot of like
that
young
guy
actors in there.
Is Neil McDonough, the guy that we talked about recently because he didn't want to do sex scenes because he's like, I made a pact to my wife that I'm not going to kiss another woman. And he got blacklisted. That's him in the movie.
There's a lot of Matthew McConaughey's in that movie.
Matthew McConaughey's in that movie.
Adrian Brody, he was the guy from. He's in a lot of movies too, but he's a popular actor with Peaky Blinders.
You know who the kid is? The kid is Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. You had who else in there? Tony Danza, Christopher Lloyd.
Tony Danza is the guy that's always icing his arm.
Yeah,
Tony.
He dies in 6 months, which was extremely sad.
What a great flick.
And I thought the one lady, yes, it is her. Oh my God.
What?
So,
the mom?
Do you know
who the mom is, by the way? You know who Maggie is?
Oh yeah, she's the one from Home Alone 2.
Yeah, she's the pigeon lady.
I got one better for you. So her name is Diane Amos or Amos. She's with the kid. She's with the two kids like in the stands. Big black lady. I'm like, that looks like the Lysol lady from the Lysol commercials. And I just clicked her, and she's the Lysol lady. Yeah, I'm like, I know this lady. She's the Lysol girl in all the commercials. Classic, so classic, bro.
Dude, so a lot of those older, like I cannot wait. Like I can't wait to watch Back to the Future with my son. Dude, those are I watch it all the time, and there's so many good flicks from lines from that movie. So many good lines.
Love it.
But all the older movies that I watched growing up as a kid, like The Grinch, right? The 2000 Jim Carrey Grinch. Right, like
classic.
All that stuff before movies started going so woke. It's like you watch those movies. Those would like, because you got to be careful. A child's brain is so moldable, and like people don't realize. Oh, just let him watch Nickelodeon, whatever. It's like, yeah, but now he's gonna get brainwashed by some of the shit that's on Nickelodeon. Like, no. How about we watch a movie instead of watching TV for 9 hours a day? Let's play, and we'll do this, and then we can watch a movie together.
That's it.
Right, but let's stimulate the brain a little bit, right? Otherwise, because it's those times, right, when it's like the early stages, it's irreversible. Like you can't, that's when the brain is so moldable that it's so much harder to break the habit than it is to just create the habit from the get go. That's it, brother. So that's it. What are we? We're at 30 minutes. Perfect. It's time to feed that baby. Perfect. Yeah, I gotta. It's time to feed that baby. I gotta feed my baby here. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. You gotta feed the beast. If you guys like this episode, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so you get notified every single time we drop a new episode.
hit us up on Spotify, Amazon, Apple. Give us 5 stars. Leave us a review. Let us know what you guys think of this episode. And become a member on our website, burndownpodcast.com. Exclusive discounts, especially to our BDP sticks.
Love it.
And
love it.
With that being said, we love you guys. Thank you for watching and listening. Guys and gals, cheers, chin chin, and salute. Justin, I'll see you soon, my friend. See you guys on the next one.